parallel worlds. I mean, you know, is it 9 or is it 12 parallel worlds? Some people call in all their lives when they want support, don't they? Because they believe that they have many parallel lives running all at the same time.
I'm not sure about 8, 9, 10 parallel worlds. I do feel very strongly that there is another parallel world.
Right.
It's like some of the films we see, like Closing Doors.
Sliding Doors.
Yeah. Closing Doors.
We were talking about that today, weren't we?
Yeah. Similar, you know. And I do believe, like we've just said, that our paths are already planned out to an extent.
I've had this discussion with particular teachers at certain colleges, and we've discussed this, and they're teaching that, you can just think this and then this will happen, but then people who really want something to happen, and I'm not talking money, fame, but really something within their personal life, maybe a baby perhaps, it never happens for them. And I remember this teacher saying to me, and stopping the whole class, because I used that as an example, and she said, well, it's because they didn't really want it. And I said, well, you're not in their head. How do you know they don't really want it? So it was really interesting. So I think, like you, that there are certain things one has to go through in this life that are meant for lessons, and we can't go around that one. We might be able to go around the small one, but that one's coming for us, because that experience is necessary. And it's often only when we look back we go, now I see why that happened.
Yeah, and understand.
And now I have all this knowledge, so that it's going to help me do this now, but I wouldn't have had it had I not
done
gone through.
That. Yeah.
So I'm going to go a lighter, little showbizy bit. Well, it's not really showbiz. Is the royal family showbiz? I think they are now, aren't they? Since Hello Magazine and they
absolutely.
are. So, did I read right that you predicted the wedding of Prince William and Kate?
Yeah, and I also, that was quite a long time ago actually.
They've been married a while now.
They have. I'm not quite sure. I think we're going back approximately 10, 11, maybe 12 years actually.
So how long before they got married did you predict?
It was, I think it was approximately 2 years prior.
Right.
I think. I know I also predicted 4 pregnancies. We seem to be only on number 3 at the moment as well. But yeah, that's also documented too, because I like doing predictions. But sometimes there's a delay. So let's see if there is going to be another little one.
So when you get a timing, is it... So it doesn't have to be necessarily
timing can be a right bugger.
Right. So when people come for readings, are they sort of desperate for you to give them a time scale? Because everybody wants it now. They want it now, don't they?
Yeah. What I rather than dates like a calendar, what I'm being shown is seasons.
Right.
Like the leaves turning golden is usually around October time, or Easter eggs is March, April. The sun being hot and people laying on beaches, I usually go around July, August time. So it's a little bit difficult to pinpoint the exact date, but yeah, over the years I've kind of like, okay, this means, I can give it a little bit more into that energy.
Sorry to interrupt there, I'm just thinking there, if people are coming to you and obviously you're trying to give them dates and things, do you ever get people who start becoming reliant on you? Would they ask you before they even make a decision on something?
Yeah.
And how do you slough them off nicely? Do you know what I mean? Because they have to make their own decisions, but...
I usually say now, before I start reading, with any new people that I'm reading, everything I say is for your guidance, not to live your life by my word, and this is for entertainment value only.
Do they get the hint and go, that's lovely, Charlotte, but anyway, this time next week, is that all right for you?
No, they do. And I do have various people that kind of like, are you available today? And I think,
no, call me next year. But now this segues nicely for me, because it's become such an industry now. You've got your prediction magazines, you've got all the chat lines, and I know that you in the past, you've done TV as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So it is an industry, and there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody has to make a living. But I have to say, often these people that are presenting themselves as gurus.
Yeah.
And if you've got £1,000, you can have 2 days with me. For £1,000, I want a man brought in. I want as much food and drink as I can get, and I want to be in a separate country with guaranteed sunshine for £2,000. What I do not want to do is get my backpack on and trail somewhere, freeze my bits off, because I was promised this once. Oh, it's all about me. And to find that apparently if I sit at their feet, I can change my life. How do you feel about that when you see that? All this promise of, and yet you have to give so much money over in order to change your life.
Well, I've been just lately, maybe it's from being on This Morning the other week, being bombarded by people, especially, for instance, there was this guy that communicated with me within an hour of me being on the show. It was almost like a shopping list that he had, wanting a girlfriend. She had to be this, she had to be that. But I'm not quite sure what the answer is. You know, at some point you've got to draw the line under what people are asking for. You know, you think like, are you for real?
So these spells, I mean, can people come to you and ask for a love spell or for a money spell, or I mean, what kind of spells would you do?
What I usually have been doing recently is telling them the ingredients of what they would need, and for them to be really visualising on that energy. If they want to come to me and actually physically have a spell, that's fine. But some of the things that people ask for can be like absolutely ridiculous, you know, and I think, I believe in what I do, but I think you need psychiatric help.
So, as you probably noticed, I have talked an awful lot about the psychic side of your work, but I know a lot of people are interested in witches and the connotation. I don't even like using the word because I think it's got such a negative, sendy-uppy connotation.
And
it's a craft, isn't it?
I would prefer to be used the word the craft rather than the witches. Yeah, the craft. Mm-hmm.
Right, Charlotte, we're going to say, so for the craft, which I much prefer as well. Now it's a lot of work. It's when people come to you, they're getting your experience, your knowledge that you won't have just plucked out of thin air. No. It's something that you have worked on, and you've also talked about your grandmother reading the cards. So it's obviously something within your family. Do you, with doing what you do you do a lot of work with that? What would that entail?
I always ask for whoever has come to me wanting that kind of energy, that kind of guidance, that they need to be in the right frame of mind too, in order. It's quite a lot of mind over matter. You know, if they don't believe that this is going to work anyway, then why are you wanting to take my energy and use my energy and my knowledge? Because it's a bit like flogging a dead horse. You know. Like I mentioned, that there was a guy only the other day that wanted
Is this the shopping list?
That was the shopping list. There's also somebody else that's just come to mind, and in the end I blocked him because he just kept going on, and he wanted. I think let's put it like this. He's tried Viagra and it doesn't work.
Oh, I see where we're heading.
Yes.
Okay.
So you think like, okay, I don't think there's any spell whatsoever that is going to make that more. Yeah.
We're going to move on to so again, you had a we're going to talk about the craft, but the ladies that you have around you that also practice the craft.
Yes. Yeah.
When you get together, I noticed that you've done quite a bit of publicity, and again, I thought you got a bit of a bum rap because again, it was sending it up when you're ladies that come together with your knowledge to talk about things. When you do come together, what exactly do you do, apart from obviously drink red wine, because every group of ladies that gets together should. Yes.
What we do is, it all depends, like the different phases of the moon as well. We like to, as you saw earlier, we're quite surrounded by water here, so we like to go towards the sea and celebrate the moon energy. But over the past couple of years, we have had a lot of ridicule from them being around me and being on some of the shows that we've been on.
And how have they found it? Because you strike me as a lady that can cope with that.
I
but not
can cope with
everybody
that.
can.
I can cope with it big time, because really all my life is, you know, there's been ups and downs. But with them, a couple of them have been in the caring industry,
Right.
and even their employers. The moment that it was seen to be in the newspaper or on the television, was saying to them, you can't do that and work for us.
But what are they so afraid of? I don't understand.
Because there's still a stigma.
This is like in their psyche from long, long time ago.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Because there's still a stigma around the word witch, really, isn't there? So when you said craft, I thought, oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah, because if you take the word witch out and then we discuss it, nobody seems to get offended.
No.
But this is almost, you know, when you're programmed, it's almost like the DNA from hundreds of years back kicks in. And
Absolutely.
goes, it's almost like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
and what have they done? Have they stopped working together?
We haven't stopped getting together, but they have stopped being in the public eye or media associated with me.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
They're happy to dress up and have a good time, a laugh, and celebrate the energies around us.
And I'd imagine you're a very supportive group as well, by ladies getting together.
Yeah.
It must be nice to be supportive.
We have got some guys as well.
Oh,
It's not just ladies. There are some guys that are well into the craft. But like I say, when we was on that television show approximately 2 years ago now, that night they started getting all sorts of negative comments. People can be horrible.
And I also think though, social media or once you're out there, it's the Wild West. There are no rules, and
we put ourselves out there.
Yeah.
I put my hand up. Yeah, I usually say yes to anybody that wants to interview me or talk to me. But it does have its consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And like I say, you strike me as the sort of person can deal with it. So we talked about the prediction that you had with the royal wedding. So I'm wondering, I'm going to put you on the spot 2 times here. Any predictions world predictions that you can think of that you'd like to tell us about?
I like the shift that's happening at the moment with what's happening in the Ukraine. There has been a lot of energy that has been sent of love and peace around, and I'm hoping with the amount of people that are all standing together arm in arm at the moment to find a solution to that, I'm hoping that that's going to calm down. But who knows? So I'll come away from that subject.
Right.
But
I know, I'm putting you on the spot here.
I do. Okay. I do feel. Okay. I am being shown something quite tragic happening. I am being shown something quite tragic happening. We're still concentrating around the royal family, but I do feel and I have felt concerned around the Queen. Okay, I'm hoping that we will celebrate the Jubilee. Okay, but I just feel that she's getting ready to say goodbye.
Right.
That's probably not a very good prediction.
No, that's
but
fine.
I just feel that she's getting ready to say goodbye, because I feel her heart is broken and she just wants to be with her husband.
Yeah. I really appreciate your time, Charlotte. I've had a lovely chat, and there's so much more because it's such a big subject, but I really today wanted to find out, just go a little bit deeper, because as I say, the interviews that I've seen haven't gone deep enough, so I've really enjoyed today. Thank you
For asking me.
Oh, you're very welcome.
A lot. Thank you.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put links beneath how to contact Charlotte. I definitely would come and see her, truly I would. So we'll put those on. I hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.